All right, so I'm in a coaching session with Haku Doshi, aka John. We're going to be going over ADC focused gameplay. Um, let's talk about your runes and masteries. So, what are you running right now?
I used the standard 80 carry rune page.
So it's like what is it
and
now? It's like an attack speed quint or something
yeah,
like that.
3 attack speed quint.
Oh, it is all attack speed.
9 attack speed marks, and then for the masteries I just do 2190.
It is all attack speed.
For the quints.
Quints and reds.
No, the quints is just attack speed quints and attack.
And then 80 reds.
Marks. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I was just making sure. Wanted to make sure I wasn't like you weren't using like the Trendemir page or something.
Okay.
Because yeah, Trendemir is normally all attack speed. So let's see, Lulu. First thing I do when I'm ADC. Actually, let's back it up just a step before we go forward. So you picked JINX. Did you pick it last? Did you pick it first? Did you pick it in the middle? Do you remember?
I think I might have been first pick if I recall. Normally, if I'm ADC, it means I'm first pick.
I would be careful first picking this. As it stands, the comp that you're facing, I'm not too concerned. I feel like you can. This isn't the comp you're facing isn't so bad. You know what I mean? It isn't like a Vi or I don't know, a Lissandra or something crazy like that that can just jump on your head. What's up? What you thinking?
Well, what minute are you on, real quick? Because my thing just froze for a bit.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me here. I'm gonna do one quick trick here. I'm gonna share my screen. I forgot to even.
Oh,
do that.
okay. Yeah, I just ended up opening the replay when you said
That was a good call.
live.
Good thing we remembered. Borderless. You should be able to see me now on Skype. All you have to do is load up Skype.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Excellent. All right, cool. So it shouldn't be that laggy. Might be a little bit, but not that bad. So, anyways, as we were saying, this isn't the type of team comp where you get dove too hard.
Yeah.
And you do have a lot of help in your team. For example, if you look around, you have Kale, you have Jarvan. Yasuo is going to be creating a lot of space for you, ideally in team fights, and can protect you a lot from ults and all sorts of shit. The only thing I would caution you against, though, is first picking JINX. I don't like that.
Okay.
It works out here, I feel like, just off of the basis that, your team comps don't really exploit you too hard. And even still, like, even though I'm saying don't first pick it, I just want to throw out there that it's not going to be terrible at your elo. I don't want to sound kind of douchey, but at this elo that you're playing at, generally speaking, just mechanically, like, positioning solid and last hitting well is going to win you games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something to think about. It's not make or break or anything.
Okay.
It's just how I view the ADC role. Generally, my go-to ADCs, unless I have a specific reason, are almost always like Sivir and Caitlyn.
Okay.
And that's just like my go-to, like insta-lock. No matter what happens, I can play these champs and do a lot. You know what I mean? So here, you're focusing on harassing heavy as opposed to getting the farm. And because of that, you miss a lot of free farm there.
Yeah.
In these spots, I just don't like. JINX is one of those champs that you're always going to get fed if you just farm up well. So try, when you're in lane, try to think less about harassing and more about just farming.
Okay.
I don't like going for early craziness, especially like lower elos. You are trying to get out of lower elo. Like, your goal obviously is to keep climbing.
Yeah.
As such, like, yeah, if I'm playing on my stream, I like to just fucking go in there and battle and all sorts of shit. It's not really required at the level that you're playing at. You can basically, as long as you're hitting the minions, you're going to get your items at a good timing, and you're going to just win the game. But if you challenge people early and lose, there's a chance that you throw the game so out of proportion that you can't carry it.
So just try to play it cautiously.
Yeah, play it cautious and farm. Obviously, if your support's doing damage, you get shit done. If you can follow up. But don't tunnel vision on it.
Yeah.
Just make a quick little poke and then move on. Like,
I have that problem.
Yeah, think of every time that you go to trade in this game, think of every trade, and this is something that took me forever to learn. I'm talking like years of playing. Every trade should be really succinct. It should be just snappy, like, You know, there's quick CC, you do your damage, you back away. Unless you see the kill. You know what I mean? Unless you really see the kill in front of you.
Yeah, almost like muscle memory, pretty much.
You pretty much just go, harass, I'm back in lane. Harass, I'm back in lane. It should never extend beyond, like, a couple of seconds. If you're, like, walking beyond minions or something like that, then you're just already... You know what I mean? You're just... Yeah. You're overdoing it.
Yeah, because you're taking the minion aggro.
You're taking minion aggro, you're missing farm, you're putting yourself out for jungle ganks, which is very common. Yeah, you're missing a lot of farm there.
I'm really bad when it comes to mechanics.
Just slow it down. Just slow it down. Don't just push. Let me show you a perfect example. This is something to think about, actually, in the future. Here, you don't have to push. The lane's already pushing in your favor. Miss Fortune's not going to outpush you anyways from here. And you notice she's not attacking the minions, so you don't have to attack the minions. Just, do you have, you know the stop key? S?
Yeah.
Do you have a mouse button on the side of your mouse? Like a
no.
side button or something like that? No?
No.
Okay. Well, either way, it's all right. Then if you can't just stop, just move side to side really quickly.
Okay.
That's what you can do. Just kind of dance side to side and just let the minions stick it down. Once the lanes, you see how it's already, like, look at the screen right now. You see how many minions are pushing in your favor? So you have 6 here, siege minions are like 1/3 HP or whatever. And then everything in the back line is, you know, you're obviously pushing. And they obviously can't outpush you. So you don't have to rush the farm. They're never going to win a trade against you unless the jungler shows up because you have so many minions. And unless you just absolutely face tank a bunch of shit. There's absolutely no way they can kill you. So in spots like these, don't just kind of attack the minions here. I could understand, if we back it up a little bit, I could understand that once, like, the minions meet, I'm going to back it up to the point of where they all get into the middle. I can understand that when the minions meet, stepping in and being like, I'm going to push the lane. But the minute that you've secured the push...
Yeah.
So, like, here, you guys don't even really push it, which I don't really like. I kind of like to push. But even still, basically what I'm saying is you want to try to secure level 2 if possible first.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you can slow it down. So as soon as you realize that you've backed the enemy team down, which you guys kind of did, so watch what happens. Lulu kind of goes all, like, nutty and, like, runs forward and does all sorts of bullshit trade or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a bad trade at level 2, actually. It's not bad to step in. But, like, once you've secured level 2, just chill. Okay. You know what I mean? Just slow it down. Make sure you hit the farm. These stages of the game, just relax. Like, I know it sounds kind of obvious, but once they've given you space like this, you have nothing to worry about. Just hit the minions.
Okay.
And, like, that was what I was talking about with the prolonged trade. You see how far you stepped over?
Yeah.
That's what you want to avoid.
All right.
We'll skip back ahead a little bit now. Let's back it up just ahead. I want to see how this plays out. It'll glitch a little bit when you rewind, but it should stabilize. All right, so JINX does this gank. I would like, if possible, once you've cleared once you have this wave pushing, I think you kind of have to take initiative here and use your trinket.
Okay.
Right here is a great window, and I think this isn't even me being like a hindsight hero. Look, there's nothing you can do right now.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? If you step in without vision, these minions aren't going to die anytime soon. You see, these are all full HP, so it's like, what are you really going to do to the front line of the minions without your minions in position? You see how far back your wave is?
Yeah.
And none of these minions are going to die to this wave on its own, flat. All you have to do is just sit back for a second and wait for your wave to come, or alternatively, you step up and ward here. This is just kind of like a window of space where you get to breathe because you've shoved the lane. They have to deal with that. You put the ward here in the brush, and then you see this gank coming. Also, he could probably see you drop the ward, and he's just going to turn around.
Okay.
But because you don't ward, like, look what you try to do here. Like, you step forward, and it's kind of like you're pushing without your wave. You see that? That's that window of time that you have to be kind of respectful for a second and either get the ward down first or back towards your wave and then push forward because, like I said, minions are not going to go anywhere. This damage is you. That was the damage that you did. And this gank, I don't know how much he gets done, per se.
I think he killed me there.
Okay, so here... Yeah, so that was just... that was just, I mean, your support didn't ward either, which I don't really get. Like, he didn't really, like, go in there, but this is kind of one of the, oh, he warded, it says it's on cooldown, so I'm not sure. Either way, that's kind of your responsibility, because just looking at it without fog, I could tell you right away, like, you know, it was a very ugly spot. So, like, if I put Fog of War, I'm give you blue side. Right here is where you could have been like, all right, drop my ward right there.
Yeah, I would have seen him come.
Yeah, drop my ward right there and just back down a little bit. Also, another thing about JINX, play JINX kind of like a Caitlyn in terms of positioning. Stay very, very far back. Just stay very, very far back. The key thing with Caitlyn, Sivir, JINX, they all do this very, very well. The only difference with JINX is you kind of have to be clutch with your chompers.
Yeah.
Because if they do get on top of you, that's really your only way to get out, aside from your W, which is kind of exploitable. Like, anybody can dodge it if they have a brain. The thing about JINX, Caitlyn, and Sivir, and I've talked about this in different replays, they do really, really well in a lane pushing scenario. I consider this little window of time is a moment where you're, like, just kind of floating. You're not playing like a Vayne. You're not playing like a Draven. You're not playing somebody that really does well out in the open in a straight up, you know what I mean? In, like, a straight up battle. Yeah. You do really well when you're, like, on minions, like, bearing down and, like, AoE. Like, when you have vision of everybody, you just kind of push down turrets and people just have to deal with it.
Okay.
And when you're in a spot like this is a spot where I get very scared because, like, no vision. Like I said, you're not Vayne. You're not Draven. I mean, even Draven, you know, will probably die here, but at least he has a chance to fucking battle. JINX doesn't really have that edge. Vayne kind of has that edge. Draven kind of has that edge. Even Lucian has that edge with, like, the escapes that he can do.
Yeah.
And your support here isn't really going to give you much in the way of a reliable escape. This isn't like a Thresh that you're working with. Yeah. This isn't like a Nautilus or anything. So, yeah. Now that I've harped on that long enough. So that is in my opinion, that's a big mistake that costs you a lot of your early game presence, and you can't afford those spots. It's not that big a deal, because if you farm well consistently from here, you'll be fine. But if you're missing farm, or, you know, the enemy team gets farther ahead, you didn't have to ward right there, right away.
Okay.
The reason why you don't have to ward there, you have both summoners up and the wave's there. You don't want to miss farm for this.
All right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The wave's stuck here. You could even go as far as to just kind of chill. You don't even have to auto the wave. You could just chill. Okay. Maybe Lulu might, but if she's an idiot, whatever, just ping him back once, and then if he does it, he does it. But in general, there in that spot, there's no gank that can kill you from that angle yet.
Okay.
Once the wave pushes to here or starts moving to around here, yeah, then I would agree that, you know, this gank is possible. But it's highly unlikely that you get just one-offed with full summoners, and, like, it's just it'd be incredibly rare to die there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
here, this is good. This is what I was talking about. Just kind of chilling. Those autos are wasteful, in my opinion. Those extra autos that you were doing. Okay. Just let your wave catch up before you push. Like that, more like, but the whole time.
Yeah, I try to do them. I just end up not thinking.
So here, again, same concept. The ward is unnecessary in that spot.
Okay.
The reason why it's good that you're thinking to ward after getting ganked. I like that you're, like, adapting a little bit for yourself. But in this spot, remember, your summoners kind of put a sense of greed out there for you. Yeah. You have them both. They use, like, exhaust or whatever to kill you. I think even Lux flashed at one point. But here your wave is so big, no one can gank you yet.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about, get this wave pushed, then ward. Okay. This is a huge barrier for you, okay? That's how you should view it in these spots. So if you push this wave, even if you ward and Jax is right there as you're warding, if this wave is pushed, there is nothing that they can do to you because of this wave. It's so massive that they'll take so much damage that they'll just get isolated off and just get melted the whole time. So that's why I say in this spot, I would focus more on getting this push now that you have the wave. Basically freeze the wave until the minions back here catch up. Okay. Push out this way, and then once you've cleared this wave, then just walk over and drop your ward. because
All
you
right.
know it's ultra safe. However, in the way that you're doing it right now, I want you to notice the minions are here. So if Jax is actually here, your timing of warding is actually really bad, because let's just pretend, just for the purposes of nightmare scenario where he's literally camping you.
Yeah.
If he is there, they can't kill you now.
Okay.
Lux could be here in the fog. Jax hits a stun. Lux throws a Q over. MF walks over. These minions don't even draw aggro from the range, and then you have to burn summoners, or maybe even die.
Yeah.
So that's why I say in this spot here, you don't have to ward right away. Remember, your minions provide a little bit of a leeway. So when they were here, you didn't have to ward until they were moving forward. Once they're moving forward, ward, then drop down and farm. Once these are moving forward, then ward out, then farm. Like it's that simple. Just use the minions as like a wall of reference. Otherwise, that way you won't miss this farm either, because you miss like a few minions because of you're focusing on that. Here, I don't know where Lux is. I like that you guys are being aggressive. Like, be like, what the fuck is she doing? That's good. I might have tried to put a couple more shots in there.
Yeah, I noticed that a little too.
Yeah, it's okay. But like, you had your flash and your heal, and I guess Misfortune didn't have any summoners anymore, by the looks of it. So yeah, if you're watching that, I wasn't paying attention because I was focused on talking.
Yeah, I saw that.
But if she didn't have any summoners, open up your aggression a little bit.
Okay.
If you know that they don't have summoners, yeah.
So be a little cocky.
Yeah, if they don't have summoners in a spot like that where she's retreating to turret, as soon as you see Lux, I mean, as you're diving forward or you're going to take a turret shot, you need to be thinking about what if Lux throws a bind from the fog or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a little, it's a little risky, but this is kind of the yin and yang of the game. If they blow summoners to kill you, you might have to, like, blow summoners to kill them in spots if they give it to you. And that's how you should view it in your mind as you're, like, stepping forward. You're like, oh, yeah, he burned summoners, so therefore I should look for this kill if it's there. If it's close, I should try. So, right now, positionally, what is this? What the hell is this shit? Let me back this up here. If I was in your position, I'm trying to think of what I would do.
Okay.
So, first things first, we see Jax in the jungle. Lulu goes up to roam. MF's in the lane with you. I would stay here.
Okay.
The reason why is, now that I think about this for a moment, like I said, Lux is here. Like, what are you going to do? And you're in lane with Misfortune. So as long as Misfortune doesn't follow, it should be even. And no one is really weak enough or low. Like, no one is low enough. And you're JINX. You don't have any escape or anything. Yeah. I like to think about rotations in a way of, like, what is reliable? Like, what is a reliable rotation? There's a chance, yes. There's a chance that you leave lane, follow the Slux, and he's dumb enough to get caught in position, right?
Yeah.
Like out over here somewhere, and he's dumb enough and Misfortune just stays or something. There's a chance. But what happens if she's good enough and doesn't get caught? Basically, you leave the lane, miss XP, Misfortune farms over you, and shoves the lane to the turret. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is possible, and I'll see players all the time get fed off of spots like this, but, like, I am a really firm believer of just playing solid and stable at lower elos. For guys that are trying to climb, all it is about refining the mechanic stuff. So for you, core fundamentals, get your farm, fuck what everybody else is doing. Okay. If this guy steps to the line to harass, fuck that, get the farm first. Like, secure farm. Once you have the farm, then you can open up your harass, because people will just give it to you. Here in this particular instance, unless Jax is super fucking low wandering around in this area, you don't have an escape, you don't have a way to guarantee clean it up. So I don't like leaving. So here, you wind up going upwards, get binded, and look how this is going to pan out. You burn heal. Heal's really premature. There's no need to burn it quite yet. The thing about it, with the heal, just remember that, like, they don't have, like, once Lux has binded you or whatever, they don't really have any cooldowns here to lock you down. So you can just walk it out. So yeah, the heal is very, very wasteful, and you know it happens, whatever, mechanic issue, whatever. But it's just important to think about in spots like this here, unless you see like a third person coming or something, he's not gonna kill you.
Okay.
He's not just gonna one off you in that spot. Not with Misfortune, like you know where she is over here. It's just not gonna happen. So the heal was wasted a little bit, but that's all right. Not the end of the world. Again, you're letting these guys dictate what you're doing. You see this?
Yeah.
All I want you to do in this spot is be right there.
Okay.
Just farming. This shit is like I said, it's just risky. Every second that you're in lane getting your farm is guaranteed money.
Yeah.
These guys have absolutely no chance to kill you with how they're playing, too. They're very passive. This Lux isn't, like, super aggro. You know, just that is the focus, ADC role.
Yeah.
See these trades that are going on here? Let me back it down and just show you how you could have avoided all this shit. You see the wave pushing?
Yeah.
Ping Lulu back. You do your damage. As soon as you do your damage, though, just back. Wave's pushing to you. See the wave?
Yeah.
This is farm. This is guaranteed farm. If you die here, and this is how you need to think about it. If you die here or get pushed out of lane here, you're missing a siege wave plus whatever's coming behind.
Okay.
Because they will kill you. The other thing, this is a dangerous spot. Because you notice you're getting closer and closer to level 6. As you start getting pushed lower and lower down the HP line, you have no sustain with Lulu. The only thing you're relying on is some sort of like awkward dive bait. And you're facing support Lux, which is like poke central when you're low. There's a chance this guy spikes 6, sits in a bush, and like just ults you if you get low. So Lulu is doing these like awkward trades, but you have to be above this shit. Okay. You have to know that like as JINX, I have one goal. Get my farm, stay in lane, get my farm. If the kill's there, take it. Otherwise, I'm focused on the farm aspect. And see, like here, notice the waves following. They are just given a green light to just go full aggro. But we knew that this was coming back here. Once you see the wave, once you see it pushed, right there, it's like they have that lead. Like it's just it's a counting game at that point. 6 greater than 4. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
So once they take that trade into you, that's just, you know, you kind of have to play it back because you guys don't have the lead right now. You burned your heal. I think Lulu just kind of gets poked down or whatever. Just step on back, dude.
Okay.
So look how low you get. Pushed out of lane. Look at this. Yeah. Look what you miss.
Yeah, it could have been 6 too.
Yep. Then. You would have been 6. And the other thing, JINX is very, very good at just, if you don't get fed in lane, whatever. Just wait, throw some good ults out there, and you'll probably get fed as long as you're getting your farm. Team fights, stay in the back, just hit some big Qs. You know, you turn on the cannon. That AoE damage in team fights, fucking golden, dude. Lower elo. Let me take a drink. This all making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's skip ahead a little bit. What you're doing here is really good, in my opinion. This is the best decision, but then he comes and like starts autoing it.
Yeah, from my experience, whenever the turret's gone and I try to push up, they'll either be camping out in the bush or something, so I try to be careful with that.
This isn't a bad trade. Because you have minions and your jungler in the brush, so I like this a lot better. So, like, I don't know if you knew why you were going in there.
Oh, yeah,
you know
I actually saw Kale, and I thought she was gonna, like, come in or something.
No, it's fine that you started attacking.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons. You've got about even XP and levels. We know where Kale is. When we have minions, dude, I'm telling you, it's for the base, like, core gameplay, mechanic, decision-making stuff. It really is as simple. Do I have minions? Do I have levels? Do I have someone nearby? Like, okay, we can challenge here. Like, this isn't bad. This isn't a bad spot to do a little battling. I don't mind that. I don't know why Kale couldn't decide where to go, but whatever. you know?
Yeah.
It works out, and you get a nice trade-off. And here, similar concept, you focus on pushing this lane, and then making your move from there. It seems like sometimes you try to, like, focus on too much at once. You see what I mean? You're kind of just wandering around.
Yeah.
Your positioning there, like, let me show you. Look where you're standing right now.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
This circle, you see where my mouse is?
Yeah.
This is where you want to be. So, as you clear the minion, use your minions and use your position.
Okay.
Here is, like, super awkward. And remember, JINX, Sivir, Caitlyn, all do well in a pushing scenario. A wave's going this way, I am right there with it, deal with this. Like, I do a lot of damage to the wave, deal with it. You stay in the back. If you're standing here, this is just so, like, let's just pretend for a moment that, like, you know, Jax is, like, waiting here in the wings or something.
Yeah.
You know, Lux flash bind, combo, Jax comes in, spins the dick, and then just jumps on you. Misfortune ults. Like, that's it. There's no escape. There's no fancy play you can do there. It's like, even if you were something like Sivir, at least you could fucking spell shield. But JINX is a very exploitable lane in the sense that if you step over the line, this is dangerous. I want you to focus on lanes, staying in lane, abusing that. Avoid roaming around the map. Avoid all of that shit.
Okay.
That's where you're gonna get caught. That's where you're gonna be in spots. See that free poke? You didn't have to take that. If you're playing here.
Okay.
This line, as it moves forward, look, the range creeps give you a pretty good eye. So you can be right here. Same thing, on the line. Now when Jax comes, obviously back down. Flash unneeded. Let me show you. What's your ping? Like your latency, roughly?
Like 70?
Yeah, you'll be fine. So, like, spots like this comes down to an experience thing.
Yeah.
And I know you're being safe. But as you're getting ganked, just think about for a second what can come. All right? So, let's break this down. What can happen here, just for the purposes of education and entertainment? What can happen right now? I'll slow it down really fucking slow. Go on, tell me. So, like, as these guys are coming in.
Doesn't look like anything, really, because they're pretty far in the back.
Exactly. The only thing that you potentially have to worry about is the E from Jax, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's the only thing that you really might have to worry about. Lux could theoretically flash, and all you have to do is if any of them flash, you flash.
Okay.
That's it. That's a safe bet. You know what I mean? That's like the stable bet. If Jax is spinning, I would say, maybe you thought he was going to, like, flash stun you or something. But he's not even doing Counter-Strike. He's not even doing that animation. So, in this spot here, you don't really have to flash at all. There's nothing that he can do. I see that you're thinking, like, shit, gank's coming, I need to react and get away. But you need that flash if you can keep it.
I'm not too familiar with Jax's cooldown, so I didn't know if his Q might have been back up again or not.
Well, the Q, I can tell you from experience, the Q is short, but let me just, in real time, let me show you. So let's take it in his perspective. Jax here. So, the way Jax opens, it doesn't keep him, okay. The way Jax opens in general is he's supposed to open with his E first.
Okay.
And in here he kind of misplayed it. He just kind of jumps all willy-nilly to Lulu, which doesn't really make any sense. But you know that once he takes off without his E, the only way he can get to you is with Flash.
Okay.
So if you see him spinning when he comes out of the brush, then you know that once he jumps to Lulu, he's just going to stun Lulu unless he flashes. And in that instance, I mean, just let him flash to you. These guys are so out of position. And here's a spot where you have the minions dealing a lot of damage. It's just the flash very preemptive.
Yeah.
Make sure you're thinking about these things. And I know, like I said, I know it's like mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
And you'll get better at it. But you need to have me tell you, and you see it just so you understand like what's going through my mind in that spot.
No, yeah, that's what I need to learn a lot.
That area there is just kind of like he's running out of the brush. He can't really do much to me. If he was coming behind you, if he got around behind you, then maybe you would have to flash, but only if you saw the E animation, because there's no CC with him. So once you see JINX in general in team fights, the E animation, the spin, is what you need to watch out for. If he's spinning and running at you from a distance, there's a good chance he's going to try to stun you. And then slap you around with the fucking OP JINX. This was dope. Cool kill. I don't mind that. That is actually why I'm saying that you just need to focus on farm and getting your ult. That's actually a perfect example of why I say that. Is because at this elo, people just give you kills. And if you hadn't given away the free one earlier, with the ward here, where you didn't ward, if you hadn't given away the free one, you would already be rocking. You would have good farm, you would have gotten the free ult kill. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, these things compound on each other. Here, I don't mind pushing the lane. Yeah, this is good that you want to push the second wave. Lulu roams, so you should be standing... Your positioning here is a little dangerous.
Okay.
You want to stand like here. You have vision of this and this, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this, and just the off chance that they, that they do something funky. We're just, always think about, it's all about, like, optimizing your positioning, your stances, as ADC, specifically. So, in that spot, yes, I do want you standing there, only because we don't have vision of this, and we have vision of this.
Okay. So
here, same rule, like, see where my mouse is? This is where you stand. Always, that circle. Think circles. Anytime that you step in to attack minions as a ranged JINX, especially with no one around, you are making like a efficiency error. Is what I'm trying to articulate here. So this little circle is pretty much the safe zone. Anything in here, unsafe. Okay. Safe, unsafe. This is good. You can push that back away, all the way back. Good job. You should have backed there.
Okay.
Right. Should have backed there. You got a kill. I believe you got enough money now to buy something. Yeah, right? That's gold. That's gold, correct? If that's how much gold you have. Wait, what items do you have? I'm having a hard time because
I think that's how much gold I've got.
That's how much gold you have because you bought a pickaxe. Okay. What could you buy if you backed? I don't even know. I guess you could buy... I guess you could have bought a Vamp Scepter or something if you wanted, like, Vamp Scepter and boots. Yeah. It just felt like a good window to back to me. But I guess when I see your gold, it might not be that bad.
I was thinking of backing.
It might not be that bad. If it were me, I'd probably go, like, Vamp Scepter and boots, and I would be mad at myself for not farming better. Because that's what you should be.
Yeah.
Because this.
Yeah, I was really frustrated.
So this is very, very low given the lane, like given the action. I think this was a big mistake, but you'll get better at it, man. And definitely don't be too hard on yourself because you got to start somewhere. But yeah, I would basically be backing like Vamp Scepter boots, and I farmed like shit this game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. If you don't back though, then I guess kind of stay in and hope that maybe you get a BF sword. I just like backing a little bit better because it encourages them to push to you at this turret because everyone just kind of pushes mindlessly at lower elo. And then you set up here with like a Vamp Scepter or something, and you just get that XP. Like, okay. I don't know if you saw the stream the other day. I was like 0-4 on Sivir or something. I literally started like 0-4. And I told my support to roam, and they took the turret early. And I literally just sat, well, it was on this side. I literally just sat here like 0-4. I just froze the lane. A lot of times in lower elo, people don't group anyways. So even if you fall behind, don't panic. Just your mental... It sucks because now it's like, all right, I'm going to the fucking grindhouse. Yeah. But basically, you let the wave push to about here. You can use the bush to kind of reset the wave if there's too many minions. And then with like a Vamp Scepter and boots or something, you can very, very easily just sit back here and just farm. And it's not even about getting the gold. I mean, obviously you're getting the gold. But it's more about just getting the XP since these guys won't ever group and take turrets fast enough. Yeah. And if they come down here and they just try to poke you, they'll overplay, they'll overstep and get caught because it's lower elo. What I don't want you doing is getting in a situation where you're here trying to freeze the lane because it doesn't do anything for you. if you get them to set up here and try to siege you with Lux, which is very possible, Lux Misfortune, if you get them to set up here and siege you, there's a great chance that you get something done here. And if at all else fails, you can always back to your turret. And then you have the opportunity to just sit here, shoot off good ults if you see anybody weak. You know, just this is a reliable way to get back into the game.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying that that's a really good option in this spot. Plus, with Lulu roaming, it gets a little dangerous. Here, same concept as before. Wave is pushing to you, and you know that. So you can just last hit with your W if you want. This minion, good candidate for that right there. See that minion?
Yeah, I see
Last
it.
hit with W. If Lux gives you the space to Q, then do it. Right? Like, onto this minion.
Yeah.
But basically, you were only technically supposed to get, like, one minion there, like, in a vacuum. Where with Lux standing there and no vision on where Misfortune is. You're only really going to get, like, one, maybe two, if you can, like... See? There's Misfortune that comes out of the brush. So, now that we know the wave's pushing to us, though, whatever, we sit back. But, yeah, I do think you should be trying to last hit some of these with W if they give them to you in this spot.
Okay.
Because you have full mana. You're not really
Yeah.
losing anything. Here, that's not freezing to me. So, like, when you just go to auto right away,
Yeah.
I don't like that too much.
Okay.
Don't try to thin the wave out like that. Just let them push.
Alright.
Let them push you. It's okay. Also, you gotta remember, okay, this teleport's pretty good, though. So we're gonna talk about that in a second. But, in spots like these, it also, again, comes back to positioning. Why would you want to stop them here? Why wouldn't you want to, like, wave clear, like, here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this area, this is space. This is space that you can use when they do, like, this fucking man teleport from Jarvan. This is all space that when people get caught out of position that you get to use.
Okay.
If you stop them here, it's, you know, you get it. If you stop
Yeah.
them here, much different than here.
Yeah.
So Jarvan's going to come in. In this spot, yeah, I was going to say, focus what Jarvan's focusing.
Okay.
Get that kill.
Alright.
Take the kill. We want... Basically, I want you to think to carry. And, if securing kills, like, even one at a time is much better than going for two.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
Here... You definitely have this guy. I think you flash there. One thing about the flash, very wasteful, and here's why. Only flash if it's to absolutely 100% secure a kill.
Okay.
And that's how you should view it. Here, it's too soon.
Yeah.
Only because the guy, you still have your ult too. So just give the guy an opportunity to flash on his own.
Okay.
And then, you know, maybe go for it if you see an opportunity to kill him. But there, it was pretty clear that you guys didn't have a guaranteed kill quite yet. If he was low enough, let's just, for the purposes of discussion, pretend that he was like, when he shows up, let's see, where is he? He gets in this awkward spot. Let's pretend if he's at like this much health, then all you would have to do is just ult anyways, right?
Yeah.
So there's no need to flash quite yet because he's already in a position where a couple more autos is gonna get him into that death range. So you don't need to, you don't really have to flash until, you know, he does, because he's out of position. And again, with ADC, you only want to flash to secure a kill because JINX has no escape. So if you'd flash there, and if by some miracle Lux was like in the brush here or something, and like Jax is here and Lux is here, or, you know, all sorts of dumb shit happens, or
Yeah.
Nasus teleports behind you as you flash forward, it's so bad. Because
Yeah,
now
then
you have absolutely nothing, because you
Yeah, I'm
didn't get the
screwed.
kill. But if you flash and get the kill, then I'm kind of on board, because at least you have the move speed up to go, well, I can reposition if I'm in a bad spot. But you can really only flash if the kill's a guarantee. And you have to know that threshold, and you just get better at it.
Okay.
Save it to that last second. The kills will come, you don't have to force it. Be very confident when you go into your games that that's like the mentality, because that's the mentality I'll have.
Yeah.
I'm always in these, like, lower elo games, I'm always like, that sucks that he's in that bush. Like, that is just, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
would
sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, I would never expect him to be there. That's probably the best.
I didn't expect.
That's probably
it
the best
either.
silver positioning I've ever seen in my life. Because I would never, honest to God, once you've pushed him out, because he flashed, I think he flashed and went down around into the brush, is what I think happened.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise.
No, I would have died there too, 100%. I would have never in a million years thought he was in that brush. So that's a really good play by him. And, you know, if I saw that at Diamond 1, I would have been like, wow, what a genius. He could be smurfing too. He's like 5-1. See that?
Yeah.
He could be smurfing, so he could have, you know, he could have saw you setting up the farm and got really clever. That's, I mean, it's just a good move. Nothing you can do about that. I would have never told you to be super afraid of that spot.
I tossed my ult there too because I saw them team fighting, but I don't know if it was a good idea or.
I didn't see it, but it's probably a good idea.
I don't know if it hit. I don't know if it hit anything.
Doesn't matter. It's worth a try. If you see people getting low, throw it out there. It's always good to try. But only do it when they're getting like low.
Oh, all right.
You know, don't.
Yeah, I kind of have the habit of tossing it too early.
Yeah, I mean, give the fight a second to like materialize before you go for it. I'm not saying be one of those guys that tries to snipe the kill either. I'm trying to say like strike a balance between the two. So like don't just fling it in when you see a fight brewing.
Okay.
But like let the fight break out, then launch your ult because you know there's a good chance that you hurt a lot of people if not kill anybody. There, that's good. Your farm, yeah, not so hot, but whatever happens, you'll get there. This spot here, don't like it too much. I feel like you're kind of forcing an awkward. I guess it's not bad. I just don't like the idea of getting too close to their side of the lane.
Okay.
With the way that the game's going, you guys are kind of on the back foot.
Yeah.
And this position that you're in is very, like, dangerous.
Okay.
I would much rather you just go into the jungle and farm this. And try to build the wave so it comes to you if you can.
Alright.
Basically just let the wave come to you and whatever. Because there's really nothing you're going to be able to do on your own.
Okay.
If they want to focus JINX, they'll kill it. That's how I feel. So coming down the middle to defend in team fights, this is where I feel like JINX makes a lot of money, even if behind. Like, staying with your team, good that you took the other route. That guy's obviously just fucking try-harding it up. Okay, so positionally, that needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because we can go over, like, little details that will help you. So, you see fucking Smurf Varus fucking with you. You know, he's got that fucking, that aimbot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. But either way, once you see this fight, do you attack move?
What's...
So do you, you just right click on people?
Normally I think I spam click on it. Because what will happen sometimes when I just click it, like do you mean like right click it once?
So, okay, the way I do most of my team fights, if I'm in a situation where I need to be positionally, like, perfect, JINX is a character that kind of needs good positioning to execute.
Okay.
Because it's not only about keeping yourself alive, but you have to try to deal damage when they give it to you. Okay. The best way you can go about that, so here you have your E up. The best thing that you should do, if you press A and then left-click the ground, you will basically move to in position to attack the nearest person, which in this case is Jax. So you would be here where my mouse is.
Okay.
You would just A left-click down right there. That is going to put you in... Oh, you didn't know about that?
No, I never knew that.
Okay, it's fine. If you A left-click, you will be in max range for your auto attacks. Okay? So, every time you A left-click, you can A left-click and just wait and let JINX attack, or just kind of A left-click, back away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that you're kiting at the maximum range.
Okay.
As opposed to this, which is what I know what you did, because I've done it before. Basically, you kind of attack clicked, and then you notice how you keep stepping forward?
Yeah.
You could have been here in this area if you used attack move, which is it's common RTS shit. Basically, if you attack move, you're always just going to attack the first person you see, and then you would not be in a position where you're like worried about, am I doing damage? Try to relax and literally just go attack, click, and try it in some norms games for a little bit. Literally go, the next time you go into norms games, you get into some team fights, focus on attack, left click in your team fights and positioning here to the max range. Think to yourself, this fight's gonna break out. I want to help, but I don't want to expose myself.
Okay.
So in that area, you would have been able to attack all around here and been fine. But notice how you get closer and closer, and this is all damage that you take for free.
Yeah.
You don't have to take that damage at all. You could have been right here. You might not have gotten the kill, sure. You might have clutched it and got out, flashed out at the last second, whatever. But at least you would have had an opportunity to maybe secure the double buffs and then speed away and get back.
Okay.
Because I don't mind you helping, but I do mind you helping and taking this damage because I think it's avoidable. I really don't mind you being here because I think it's a fine spot to pick this kill off if he gets, once his ult wears off, or the Kale ult wears off.
Yeah.
And it's not even, it's Kale that's ulted himself. It's not even Jax. If Jax is possible to kill there. And I want to see that again. Because, there's a chance that if you didn't take all that damage, there's definitely a chance that you could have killed him and got away. A chance. I'm not sure. Let me see. Slow it down. So you take that one, it happens. That's nothing that I can really critique you on. Okay, yeah. So that was, that really does just boil down to, like, if you were positioned here, you would have been fine. Because he even blew his jump again, because this guy is kind of a moron. He really wants to jump and E to you.
Yeah.
Not just kind of jump and then do it. He wants to plan his E out in advance.
Yeah.
So you would have gotten him probably if you stayed out of position a little bit, like out of the way, and take all that damage. Whatever. It's alright. We'll speed through and, Actually, you want to go over to the Graves game?
Yeah, sure. I think I kind of got it down now.
This is, the fundamentals here, I think, make sure you send it to me in the Skype message before I stop the replay, actually. So we can have a seamless transition.
Oh, it's already there. It's the second
excellent.
one.
Alright, let's do that then real quick. Second game, downloading now. Give me a second. But yeah, so I want you to tell me what I've just taught you.
Pretty much with JINX, try to play it cautious and just farm up. Ward only if you're starting to overextend a bit, because it makes no sense to ward early on when you have the wave pushed to you.
Yes. And ward with the wave pushing.
Yeah, and make sure you have a big wave before you try to do any like hardcore badass style play.
Yes.
Because you're gonna risk taking the minion aggro.
Yes. And you don't have to play fancy at all at your elo.
And don't let your team try to.
Don't let your team dictate. Don't let your team dictate your play.
If they're doing like some dumb thing. Then
yeah, just don't. Like, you focus on you because you want to get out of this elo. You play like the people that you're playing with.
I screwed up that one. I tried that.
That was silly, but whatever. It's not that big a deal because it's 1 minute in, and you'll have a new ward anyways in no time, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, so now looking at Graves.
I'm actually fairly new.
Okay. Well, okay, first note. I like that you're trying to push. I really like that. But here, again, same concept. Wave is gonna push, right? You have 9, they have 6. You will hit level 2 on your own timing. Vayne's not even attacking the wave. This is a positional exploit, which means you want this wave to collect here, and then as the wave collects, then go for level 2. Because if you just play in the back, don't play aggressive, you just play in the back and just chill. Once you spike level 2, and because you're going to have that 9th minion, which is standard. That's standard, like, we're going to be level 2, right? You have, once you've killed these 2 creeps, or these 3, you're going to be level 2. You can step into it if you know they're not going to be level 2. Okay. You can step in and do a fuck ton of damage. So, similar concept is like Trinamir all-ins. Basically here, once the minions collect, bam, bam, focus the minions down, play back. As this minion thins out, then step forward. And this, dude, this is fucking money. Focus that minion, and I would be fucking, dude, I would take E, and I would literally step into their team. I don't give a fuck. In this spot, like, I would have, yeah. No, definitely not W. Definitely E.
Okay.
The reason why is because you have the attack speed steroid. If you E, look at Vayne trading with you right now. This is just all this time. This is a window that people don't understand where you win and they lose. You can be the biggest bronze. You could have shot your Q this way, and you would have fucking out traded them. I'm serious. I swear to God, you would have. You would have. You could have stepped in and queued the fucking your minions and then still out traded them, because that's just how it is, dude. It's just that is so. It's such a pivotal moment. So I really drill it in my lessons because I want you to understand, like, right here, just in your mind, you should just be giggling to yourself, like, okay, like, this is so stupid. So here, bam, level 2, you auto step forward, auto step forward, auto step forward the whole time. I don't give a fuck. You have 6 minions, they have 3. Sona will turn around eventually, and even if she doesn't, you will win that trade. Okay. There's nothing here. It's also dependent on the lane that you're facing. It's Taric, Vayne, Taric level 1, Vayne level 1, you level 2, Sona level 2. It's Graves. Graves the hyper carry. Graves shits on Vayne early. Like 100% shits on Vayne early. So this trade where they're like bebopping in the minions, I would literally step all the way to like here. I would have literally tracked to this point and autoed all the way down. I would have E'd to this point and tried to kill Taric and then Vayne and push them out of lane, because this is ridiculous. They should have been, and if you're in this position, they should be, dude, once they see that ninth minion coming up, look at how Taric's like derping around in the wave and shit. Yeah. Watch him step in. He just comes in randomly. Right? This is one of those areas where it's like, he should never be there. With that level 2 spike coming, he should not be anywhere near. He should be where Vayne is, actually. Yeah. Because just like the JINX game, there's just nothing you're gonna do when level 2 happens. Mm-hmm. So yeah, E, because you would have gotten more damage off on the bad positioning there. Okay. That is a spot, like, I'm all for being aggressive when it makes sense, and that is a spot where I would have rode them all the way to the fucking turret. What? A Mumu top, huh? Yeah. Shitting on Riven. Look at the minions. I guarantee Riven tried to trade in that minions. This is good. I would be same concept as before. Now your window is kind of gone, in my opinion, and I wouldn't be trying to force anything crazy. I would just be slowing it down, focusing on farming, and then, you know, like Sona's doing a fine job anyways on her own. You don't really have to do anything. Obviously, if you get a free Q, take it, but don't go in with your E or anything silly. Okay. Because the one thing you got to remember, Taric lanes are like heavy sustain-ish. Same with like Sona, same with Soraka. So you really don't want to just trade for the sake of trading, because they're just going to heal it up eventually anyways. If he does some dumb shit like that, yes, step in. This isn't bad. Oh, so let's back this up a second. Okay, you know, you were kind of cautious there. I would just say either go in earlier or don't go in at all. The reason why is you don't have vision, right? You don't have vision of the Tri, you don't have vision of River, and we don't know where Skarner is. When Vayne moves that way, obviously it was an idiotic move for him to get that close, right? Like, we can both agree that he has no business going for that. Yeah. But I like to assume that the people, even the worst players, I like to assume that they are doing something smart when they're, like, going aggressive. So even though, yeah, it works out that he's being dumb, what if Skarner's like right here? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This is a spot where if like someone runs at you and they're this slow, he could be one hell of a bluffer, I suppose. But I actually like that you didn't go for that right away and let Sona do it, to be honest, because you didn't have like big cooldowns or anything that you could use. Like your E was down, your Q was down. I do, if you see an opening though and he gets low enough, I do want to see you like flash, you know, Q, auto, whatever.
Okay.
But and that's, you know, that was fine since you didn't have cooldowns, so you didn't try to go in there. That's because they had heal and all sorts of shit. But now Vayne doesn't have heal, and you should know that. So your level of aggression on like poke and stuff, you should start looking. If someone like there, dude, that was it. That was the one, dude. That was the one. That was the Neo, dude. That was the Matrix. So, you can time these with, like, minions.
Okay.
So, like, here, watch. You know this guy's gonna go for this, right? So you see the tower?
Yeah.
You see him trying to farm. He burns his Q even. See that? Dude, that's like, I flash Q that. It's basically flash Q auto. Or even EQ. But, you know, whatever. But that's a spot where, since he doesn't have heal, remember, you have both summoners.
Yeah.
And I'm all, like I said, I'm all for being aggressive if it makes sense. Minions pushing to their side, no heal on Vayne, you have the summoners, you have control of the lane. This is a window of time where I think you should be looking for a kill there. You know, sometimes he'll flash it perfectly, get out or whatever, but you need to try that spot. That's a spot where you have to go for that. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's just, I mean, I know you had your Q up, I know you had your E up, and you have to be ready to pull the trigger on that one. On that one. The other ones, I think, were fine. Plus, like, Tarek doesn't even have exhaust, right?
Yeah. I don't think he does.
No, he has ignite. He used it on the. He used it when Sona like did some funky flash, tried to secure the kill. I don't like that much. The reason I say I don't like it that much. Oh well, no, I still don't like it. This dive, don't get baited into this shit. The reason why is Fizz isn't even 6 yet. And you're not 6 yet, like, it's a Tarek and a Skarner, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we ended up doing it.
Oh my god.
I think we ended up doing it.
It's so ugly. It's like that girl in high school that we used to call Ugly Betty, dude. This is totally Ugly Betty right now. Okay, if you want to dive, that's great. You take the turret the whole time and you didn't have to. Yeah. This is what I want you to think about, like, when you go for the dives, alright? It's cool that you went for it, and I guess with Elise there, it's not terrible, okay? I'll give you that. It's not horrible because, you know, even lower elo can probably execute. If Fizz and Elise can't execute a dive, I don't know who the fuck can, right?
Yeah.
But here's how you need to play it. So, this is really good. Like, you can use this in all lanes, by the way. So you need to think about, like, what your role is. So you're an AD carry, right? You want to get the kill without taking damage. You want the kill. Fuck these guys, because you're trying to carry. Like, you're trying to carry the game. This is the best way to do it. If they want to dive, great. Let them dive. Your first goal, first priority, push the wave. Once they go in behind the turret like this, you need to let them tank it first.
Okay.
Let them do it. I don't care if they're dying. I don't care if they're forcing it stupidly. Like, you have to let them take it first, because there's a chance if they tank it first, you get the kill. Because all you have to do is just walk up and just, you know, wham. As soon as they take the turret, you can just walk in. You don't have to dash in. You can be very, very calm. But what you do here is, I can tell you do the thing where you're like, it's my team. I really want to help them, right? It's like, I really want to help my team. They're cool people. The problem is, you literally were like an auto away from it being fine on its own.
Yeah, I saw.
Because they would have taken it. The minions would have pushed up. You literally would have just had to walk up, auto Q, you know, kill one, and then back away. You wouldn't even I don't even think you would have had to E in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could have just secured it, backed away, got your kill, farmed up, you know, pushed this next wave in, then backed. But the way you play it, you tank it first. Even though, you know, you have this fucking Elise, who's like the biggest diver in the game, and Fizz, same concept. And you can't even help now because, like, you know. And I like I said, I want you getting the kills.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like the early game dives right there. Someone always Look, now you guys are getting behind the turret and shit. Like,
Yeah, I see.
it's just ugly. Ugly Betty, dude.
So would this be a Benny Hill moment?
This might be a Benny Hill moment.
Okay.
Oh my god, he flashed. Holy. So basically, in a vacuum with this fucking turret kill or whatever,
Yeah.
that's where your mind should have been like, okay, and you have to be the man above all this bullshit. If you're gonna carry, you have to be like, that's enough for me, and you literally just back away and back, or auto the turret because you see Victor there. You literally auto the turret and just back away. You see?
Yeah, I see.
That kill here with Tarek, that's where the dive is over in my book. And I could try to go over some indicators with you. We know that Vayne was pushed out of lane. Vayne's coming. We know that we killed Skarner and Tarek, but Vayne's coming, and there's a minion wave and a turret behind. Do we really want to risk, like, do we really want to gamble for this when we're already ahead, like, by a mile after this dive?
Like, no.
And we just use all our cooldowns,
Yeah.
and it's just, you could theoretically get this kill, maybe, right? If, like, a chain stun, like, you know, Elise hits a stun or something. But it's one of those risks where it's like, it's not needed. This was plenty. The four-man dive really wasn't that bad. It's just you tanking it was kind of bad, but, you know, the guy's decision to dive there is actually pretty good with the fourth person. Not with just, you know, not with Fizz, Sona, and Graves. It would be bad then. But with Elise, I don't mind that. But after Tarek, everyone needs to get the fuck out. And if they don't get out, whatever. This is what you should have done. Stay right there. But, yeah, going trying to help. No, fuck them.
Yeah.
Nope. I would have just said fuck that and backed away. The goofy dash. If you secured a kill, I'm pretty sure you would have been able to afford a BF sword. BF sword, and you might have been 6 already. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I'm missing here. Obviously, I still should harp on you about last hitting. It needs work. You'll get better at it, whatever. The only time that I can excuse last hitting, by the way, is if you, like, got that kill earlier with the guy that was weak under turret.
Okay.
Then I would have been like, all right, you know, you missed some last hits, but you were playing aggro and trying to secure kills. Like, I'm on board with missing some farm if you can exploit someone being terrible. You know, that Vayne got really fucking low, so if you would have gotten that kill, I would have written off the farming. But if you don't get the kill, then I have to harp on you about it, because basically it's one or the other. Either you control the lane well enough to where you get farm, or you get the kills. There, Tarek, pure suicide. I don't need to ult there. I don't necessarily think it's horrible, just because it secures the kill, you know?
Yeah.
And I really do believe that getting the kills is, like, is everything at lower elo. Like, you need to get the kills if you can. And, like, in invades and shit, like, early game fights, I will literally save last hits to make sure that I last hit the kill.
Okay.
A summoner has reconnected.
I'm speeding through this because I'm looking if, any, like, significant fights. Alright, so this kind of stinks. He doesn't follow up on it, though. I mean, he totally could, right? He has ult? No, he doesn't. Okay, never mind. A really weird gank. Why not just wait 10 seconds for an ult? So, what you should be doing, now that we're just kind of stalling out in lane, you have two options. You can get the turret down, or you can go for kills. Like I said, I like being aggressive when it makes sense. So if at any time you see Vayne out of position, you should spam ping the shit out of it and try to get Sona to ult him, so you can just blow him up. That's what I would probably try to do. But if you can get the tower down, that's cool too. But as soon as you get the tower down, your plan needs to be to like group mid and like start battling.
Okay.
But we'll see how this plays out. So here, yeah, I would have spam pinged the shit out of Sona there. And I'm like, go in, please. Please. So Victor shows up. Because right now I feel like you guys are playing like sort of passive. Oh yeah, that's terrible. Terrible ult. You guys win this easy, depending on how you play it. Okay, maybe you don't win it easy. Let's see how this went. So Sona wasted the ult.
She stunned him, but I didn't see. And then when I turned back.
Yeah, but you couldn't 100-0 Victor there.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight him either because I think he was like 3 levels.
Okay, okay, here's the thing. After Elise gets picked off, I think you needed to just back away. Because this Victor obviously playing for keeps, you know. And like right there, look. Once Elise gets picked off, like you have a little window of time where you try to do your damage, but now you need to just, like I said, don't tunnel. Well, and the other thing is very succinct combos. So let me explain. You have one window of time where you can try to get kills. And you need to isolate somebody that you can kill and go for them. If you can't kill them, then don't force it. And this spot here, when Vayne tumbles in, even though it shows Vayne level 1, I don't know what the fuck that's about. As soon as you get that damage off, you need to just full combo right away. Don't fuck around.
Okay.
Just full combo it right away and then back away. Because you can tell the fight's going pretty sour, right? We know where Fizz is.
Yeah.
And we know that our Elise gets picked off. So try to maybe secure a quick snipe on the kill and then back down.
Okay.
But I feel like here you were kind of hesitant to full combo.
Yeah,
and look how low he gets.
Yeah.
You might have killed him. It would have been damn close.
I was playing it really cautious.
Yeah, I mean, don't hesitate. You see someone out of position, just go for it, and then if you're not winning, just back away.
Okay.
Graves is a very like one pump chump kind of dude. He gets in there, he premature ejaculates all over the place, and then if it's not going his way, then he loses. You know?
Yeah.
Premature ejaculation, dude. Just get in there and just fucking. Bleh. You know?
Yeah.
That's why you paid for the lesson. To hear about that. That's what you paid for, man.
Yeah.
Good times. I don't know what. The thing that's blowing my mind is this up here. I don't know what's happening.
Hey.
Big-headed Amumu, dude. With this fucking, I don't even know what he's wearing. What the fuck is he wearing? Is that like Play-Doh Amumu? What is that shit? The hell, dude? I've never even seen that skin. Okay, now I think you're a little bit behind now. This is a spot, by the way, where farming makes the difference too. Because look at Victor's farm. This guy, you know, probably smurfing. You're gonna face a lot of guys low elo that are, you know, using different accounts. And
he actually got a lot of farm because Fizz was like roaming a lot. I don't know why. I had everyone muted, so I don't know what it was.
Well, either way, I mean, his farm is really good for the bracket that he's playing in.
Yeah,
his farm is
really
solid.
high.
But regardless, you need to try your best to keep up with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you can do. But, you know, you're going to face players that are higher skill level, whatever. In this spot here, you need to throw the W as soon as you see it. So, like, most optimal way to play it, like, as soon as you see, I'll show you. Dash W right there.
Yeah.
Just right away. It's full. Remember, premature ejaculation, dude. Very, very, very succinct with fights. Nothing you can do there. That's fine that you backed away. But yeah, Fizz is getting absolutely annihilated. Nothing you can do about that. You know, it's an imbalance in the matchup.
Yeah, I was just trying to make
And now you guys are getting the bamboozle. You know, sometimes you get bamboozled. Yeah, but they 4-banned you or whatever that was. Not much you can do in this game so far other than farm better and try to spam ping out like battles sooner with the Sona when you were ahead, you know?
Yeah.
So basically try to get those one-hit combos off because Graves Sona is one of the, it's just like Graves Ezreal or Ezreal Sona. Same concept. Once you get slightly ahead, anytime ults are up, you basically just try to assassinate somebody fast.
Okay.
Every time it's up. So, I mean, you can't make him ult, but you can spam ping him and be near him so that if he does, you just full combo and move on. But this might have been a game where even if you farmed well, you might have gotten in a lot of trouble with, yeah. Let me back that up and make sure. You have your heal. So you use dash to kind of get in position, right? And you see it's on cooldown, right? The quick draw shit.
Yeah.
Once your quick draw is on cooldown, you can't be where you're standing right now.
Yeah.
You see? You
Yeah.
just can't. You can't be there. When your escapes are on cooldown as ADC, you need to respect like your position a lot more. And that's something that I think you didn't do here, and it's what gets you caught in this spot.
Okay.
See? He is able to get you with this. It's still, he's still on cooldown, he's still cooldown, and then you're dead. If you had played back a little bit safer, you would have made this fight look a lot prettier, I think.
Okay.
And you would have some opportunities here. So where you're standing, right here, you should be thinking, shit, my E's on cooldown. What am I doing in front of my team? See?
Yeah.
And then you play back a little bit more. As soon as you recognize, like, oh shit, my dash is on cooldown. This is really bad. And then, you know, you would have been already back here. And you would have funneled, I mean, you would have funneled these guys into a nice little pile here. You never know if you had your E, if you had the position here. You never know. Something you could have got a kill. I don't think you guys had any big team fight ults yet. Mumu might have had one. No, it was still coming up. But even still, you surviving a little longer could have made a big difference.
Yeah.
Because, look, I think his ult actually... No, I guess it's not even close. You guys were just in a bad spot, really. But, you know, like I said, you positioning could have been the difference between maybe getting a kill in exchange or something. But you gotta understand that those little decisions of, like, your positioning when you have cooldowns, that makes or breaks team fights a lot of the time.
Okay.
I'm always, like, when I'm running around as an AD carry, I'm always like, do I have an escape? If I have an escape, maybe I can try something. You know? If I don't have an escape, I need to play super passive. Super, super passive. So same concept here. You use your E to get away. Super passive. You shouldn't be leading the charge here. Let them lead for you until your E's back up. That was a good combo. You don't have to step that close in. I know you're trying to help here, but you don't necessarily, like, once that Fizz ult is on him, just let your team secure. Or let your team take the brunt and maybe try to snipe it with your ult.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know, you can see it in hindsight, right? That guy was clearly gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he's getting away. He got hit by so much shit. Watch. These things factor into your judgment calls. Now notice he flashes away, right? He gets positioned in the brush. He gets Elise stunned. Here it comes. Elise stunned, right? You're like, okay, there's one thing. Then here comes Fizzle, which amps damage.
Okay.
And then just let your team secure it. Amumu's just walking in. He had his ult up. Like, just get that space and avoid taking all that damage so you can keep following up there.
Okay.
And then obviously, like I was saying, try to snipe with your ult because that's shutdown gold.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
You last hit. U. Lower elo U. Unless someone's clearly like just hard carrying the game, you're the one that wants to hard carry the game.
Okay.
Your item build. I haven't even been going over that. I would consider going like for a Vamp Scepter at one point or another.
Okay.
That kind of helps in the mid game. Just, you know, with staying in lanes and shit. If you get weak. That's normally what you'll see a lot of pros do is they'll get like, you know, they'll get like an IE and a Vamp Scepter. Because everybody's running attack speed now, right?
Yeah.
So that makes up for that lack of, that attack speed lack that you would have had before when people were just going, you know, lifesteal or whatever. So far, I mean, I'm not going to be too nitpicky about the positioning here because you are just waiting for them to push, I feel like. Yeah. And they're so far ahead. Here, Sona gets locked up. All you can do... There's nothing you can do there. Yeah, she just gets caught. There's nothing. You can't be anywhere near them right now. So this is fine. Just wait. You have the giant Play-Doh Amumu. So you're basically... What I would be doing is I would be working off his engage.
Okay.
This is good. This is good. You get poked down a little bit, but that's okay. Don't heal there. Never heal. Never just heal for the sake of doing it. So like you take poke or whatever. Never just heal for the sake of healing. Basically, what I would rather you do, I would rather you walk back to the base than heal.
Okay.
But in this spot, you're fine. The only thing that you really have to worry about, and this is how you should be analyzing these team fights too. Work off of the biggest threats. So you have a Riven and you have Victor, right? Those are your biggest threats right now. Vayne isn't going to just dive over. So just kind of wait and work off that and then your tank. So your positioning here behind the tank is pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then you're basically trying to dodge this poke, which is tough, but, you know,
Okay.
that's mechanical shit. That's just, it is what it is. Either you get hit by it or you don't. But waiting for your team to get up, I like that. That's all you can really do here is wait for your entire team to get up.
I ended up tunneling on here because I didn't see Vayne, like, literally, like, not that far away from me. And I focused in on Taric. But by the time I noticed Vayne, I had already lost a lot of health.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, try to analyze in, like, those 5v5 situations what is going to be your biggest threat.
Okay.
And generally speaking, AP mids are going to be the biggest threat, and then, like, you know, your top lane Riven, in this case, is going to try to go in on you. But Vayne, you don't really have to worry about, because if Vayne tries to go in, you can just go nuts. Here... That was good. That was good that you saved your ult there. That was what I was going to say next, is, like, if you missed it, I was going to tell you, like, anytime that you have somebody caught out, always let them blow a flash or a dash or something first before you even bother trying to use skill shots. When someone's clearly caught out of position.
Yeah.
Because most 9 times out of 10, if they're out of position, they're out of position because they have flash, and they're like, if I'm stuck, then I can just, you know, I can just flash away. Always assume if someone's out of position, they have a good reason to be.
Okay.
And give them the opportunity to escape first before you blow your ults. You'll find that a lot of your really good AD carries that play, like, a decisive Graves, that's how they play. They will literally just, you know, once they see someone remotely low, they go for it. And if they see someone who's, like, potentially baiting them, they'll wait for a second before they fire. Because, that, you know, it's just a decisive... He's a very decisive play style. Because the worst thing to happen with Graves is if you miss your ult.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Can't really miss it. It's too much damage.
Blue team
I don't know. This is kind of funky right here. I think I would have backed a little sooner here. So, ignore the glitchiness for a second. So there's your team, right? You see them?
Yeah.
You have to check the base here. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. Oh yeah, I guess it is because of Mumu's dead. Yeah, you need to back there.
Okay.
You need to back right away just because of Mumu's dead, and you need to be in a position to defend this. The wave isn't pushed quite yet. However, you notice them kind of like pressuring it, like they're looking for it. You kind of want to be there just because if they do try to like tank the turret, you can come and clean them up.
Okay.
And like watch, they'll do it too.
So would it have also like discouraged them from trying to tank it?
Yeah, that was the other thing. Look at them tank it, dude. Oh my god.
So just by me just not being there, they got compromised. Right?
Yeah, that's part of it too. The other alternative, you didn't necessarily have to back. You could have taken a route. Like you could have just routed around. There probably wouldn't have been any harm in that.
I think I ended up going there, but by then they had already taken it either.
Well, yeah, but you took the farm first, is what I'm saying.
Red team's turret has
I don't know. I'm kind of nitpicking you in that spot because your team should never be that low. Like, it's just silly. Your team is just behind, you know. It is what it is. But I'm just trying to come up with ways that maybe you can... Because you got to think about, how can I collect dead money? Because people just give dead money away in, like, late game scenarios. Like, they will. They'll just, like, randomly tank the turret. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? You just walk over and, like, combo them.
Yeah.
And that's free money. So, you know... I might have been wrong. Maybe not backing is fine, but I want you to at least be considering, like, you know, what if they do tank the turret? Maybe I can make it there. Maybe if I back and buy sneaky home guards and like sprint forward, maybe I get the, you know, just try to come up with ways to like exploit people when they do this dumb shit. Like I'm gonna tank the turret.
I don't know if that was a good idea either, because they went to dragon, but I decided to just stay mid and take the turret. I don't know if I.
Well, the mid, maybe take mid turret, then go over here and back would have probably been. I think maybe in like in a perfect world, you go take turret, stand here, back in the bush. Okay. Then you would have been in a position, and then you could have made the judgment call: do I take top farm or do I go and defend this? Okay. And I think you would have probably found that like defending that was correct, because if they were dumb enough to tank it, maybe you could have killed them.
Yeah,
either way, I guess the farm is guaranteed, so that's good too. It's just, it was a weird spot. You guys are behind, and sometimes we're grasping at straws when it comes to what's the best decision.
I think this is where I come in. Okay, I guess not.
Here.
I think, this is where I come in. I don't know why, but I just.
Oh yeah, this is an ult.
Yeah, I didn't see her until she like.
Oh my god! So check this out. Yeah, this was the time where you could have probably gotten a double kill. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to slow this down so you see what I'm thinking here. Okay.
Yeah.
So your team loses. All right. Your team gets caught. I say, okay, this guy is dead, but you can't do anything here, even with that ult. It's pointless. Okay. This is the guy I'm watching. Remember what I said before at the turret? This is the dude that you can. This is the only guy you can work off of in this game right now. He's reliable. He's farmed pretty well. He won his lane. And he has items. He has 2 Rod of Aegis, no fucking boots. I don't know if that's a glitch. I hope it's a glitch.
No, he really did build 2 Rod of Aegis.
Oh, I was gonna say I hope it's a glitch, but whatever, right? Yeah. Regardless, he obviously, even if he's trolling, he obviously knows enough to like win his lane and shit. This is the guy you're watching, and you got to put yourself in his position. He's clearly looking to ult here, right?
Yeah.
He clearly wants to ult, and he's going to try to ult as many people as possible. Your role is to wait until he ults, and as soon as he goes in, you need to combo with him right away. You can't fuck around. So, your decision here, remember, premature ejaculator, dude. Right? Yeah. So he gets knocked away, but he decides to go for it. He gets the ult off, right? He just walks into it. Doesn't even have to flash. Right there. This is where you needed to just combo straight down. Yeah. That way. See? That was the window.
Yeah.
That you could have won the fight right there. Because I'm telling you, Riven is derping somewhere over here.
I was actually that's what I really wanted to do too, is work off of his ult, and then when I realized that, I just realized I just completely botched that really
Yeah. So like as the fight is breaking out, and this will probably be a good stopping point. As the fight is breaking out, you need to be patient. Like I said, decisive, and
Yeah.
you can see pretty clearly how the fight's looking right away.
Yeah.
So first off, remember we're just counting heads here. Okay. All right. Whatever. Elise gets picked off. What a lame ass. Right. This guy dies. Who cares? It happens. You step back. You just step back. This guy hits an ult. You can't hunter know anybody right yet. Like, there's nobody there, right? You can't just burst Taric. You can't really burst this huge Victor, right?
Yeah.
But this is the guy. He hits a good ult. There's a chance. And that's how I'm viewing the fight right now. I'm saying there's a chance. We have, you know, if we combo this together just right, there's a chance that we get some kills out of this.
Okay.
As he steps in, you're waiting. You're literally trying to position in such a way you see him coming, so you need to just kind of dance right here on this line. You just saw Skarner ult, so you don't care about that. You just want to try to work into this radius, your ult, with his. That's it.
Okay.
And then, obviously, you know, as soon as you see him commit himself, bam, right there. That's where you have that little moment of time where you get to go, boop, and you get to fire ult that way. And maybe, just maybe, you get, well, I'm saying just maybe, but you would have gotten double killed.
Yeah, I was really pissed off, too, when I just watched that, like, when I noticed.
Well, he might have zoned you. He might have zoned you your, he might have zoned you your combo, but either way, you would have.
Yeah, because when I saw how low those two were, I was like,
It's all right, man.
I screwed that up so bad.
It's all right, man. Was this helpful for you?
Oh, yeah, it really was.
All right, so if you, I mean, regardless of what happens, if you decide to follow up on a lesson or whatever, that's great if you do. But if you don't, make sure you message me and just let me know how your games are going. You know, play like 10 or 20 games and message me and let me know if the stuff that we went over today helps. And I do like feedback, so
I might probably buy another lesson, maybe like next month or something.
that's great. Yeah, play for a little while and see how your game improves, and then if it does improve, people love follow-ups. So
Okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much, John, for doing this, and
right.
I really sincerely hope it helps. That's why I do these. All right, man?
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Yeah, take it easy, brother.
All right, you too.